It is going to be another hot day in your hometown. Happy Monday. Amy Hudson back here with you on Hometown Today. We are live from the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. And of course, you can always join the stream by simply click the notifications icon so you're always in the loop and you're not missing out on any of the fun that we have here in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. A sincere note of thanks to my team for covering for me last week while I was whooping it up in the Windy City with my family. Really appreciate Corey, Charlie, Jeff, and Ninja all for jumping in and keeping things moving. And it was such a busy weekend in Beaver Dam. I'm sure a lot of people exhausted, not just because it is Monday, but wow, some of our biggest events of the entire year between Best Dam Fest, Best Dam Music Fest. We had the Day in the Park Craft Fair yesterday. So much happening. So we are easing in. We are breathing after a big, long weekend. We have Rob Mielek, who will be joining us at 11:10. It's a Mielek Monday. He will take your questions about estate planning from 11:10 till right up about noon, and you can get those questions to us on the studio line and also via text. And Nathan Teal, Beaver Dam City Administrator, will also be with us today at 12:30 as he joins News Director Kevin Haugen on Community Comment. As if that wasn't enough, we have a really big show planned here for you right out of the gate here on Hometown Today. I love meeting new people with interesting stories and always something to share, and that is exactly what Dannelle Gay, author and Wisconsin native, will be bringing to Hometown Today. She is the traveling cheesehead. People go up to her and just ask, hey, are you that cheese lady? There's plenty of time left to travel here throughout this summer and the year. So one of the things that we'll be talking to Dannelle about is traveling with our kiddos and cool things to experience, not just in our great state of Wisconsin, but we were also chatting off air about my time in Chicago. So really looking forward to diving into our conversation. We'll also be talking with her about her new book, World War II, Dispatches to Madison, Letters Home from an Army Air Corps Soldier. And I really want to share the cover of the book with you because her dad is on the cover of the book. So looking forward to jumping into our conversation with Dannelle. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. sunshine and 76 throughout Dodge County, and we will be on the alert for severe weather moving in later today and tonight because there is sadly that potential. It just feels like every day chances for severe weather. So right now we're going to enjoy and embrace the calmness and the sunshine, and probably get close to a high in the upper 80s, low 90s as we make our way through this Monday. Welcome back to Hometown Today. I'm Amy Hudson. We are live today in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and also the Daily Dodge TV studios, and love connecting with new people and having interesting conversations. And we are about ready to launch into such an interesting conversation. I love the energy already that Dannelle Gay is bringing to the Daily Dodge TV studios and the Slumberland Furniture Studios. She is the traveling cheesehead, and I have learned quickly here over the course of just a few minutes, there is nothing that this lady can't do. She is an author. She is a travel expert. She has her own gourmet coffee line. She's involved with the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce. I just learned that you own the Cheesehead Company too. We've got a lot to talk about, Dannelle. Please welcome to Hometown Today, Dannelle Gay. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here. As I shared with you off air, I'm just returning from a nice relaxing vacation, and really excited about taking another one right away and traveling again with my family. So I know throughout our time together here this morning, you will have some tips to share and some cool things about different places for us to explore. 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die is something that we're also going to be talking about today. You have so much happening, and I have so many questions. We're going to start with the basic stuff, okay?
All right.
Knowing that you're a Wisconsin native, I have no idea where your hometown is. What is your hometown?
So I've been in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin for about 35 years.
Oh my goodness, wonderful.
But I was born and raised in Madison.
Okay, fantastic. When I moved back to Wisconsin in 93, Sun Prairie is where I landed, and then spent almost 20 years in the Dane County in the Madison area. So I'm familiar with that. I remember when Sun Prairie was a prairie, and I say that all the time to my children, but it's true. I was working on Brooks Drive, just right outside of town. There was J&L four-wheel drive Jeep and our radio station building that looked like it was either a funeral home or a bank. Now it's a doggy daycare.
Okay.
But there was nothing out there, as you will recall. And yeah, so a lot has happened. So that's where you grew up, the Sun Prairie and the Madison area.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And you are seem to be an explorer at heart. I don't know everything about you, of course, but what I have learned after we found you, we wanted to have a conversation with you and have you on the show. You have such an amazing spirit and such varied experience. Where did this lust for life, this travel bug, when did it bite you? How did this all happen? And then from there, all of these outshoots of different interests. So we've got a lot to talk. Let's start where it started.
My mom, I've always been a storyteller. My mom was the biggest encourager, but we would do road trips for, we're just going to go get an ice cream cone. So we would drive 90 minutes and get an ice cream cone and check out some park or something like that. And
something new, something
different. She made everything an adventure. And that's why I always tell everybody when they say, oh gosh, we'll wait till the kids get older. I'm like, no, there's never a better time. You can go back when they're older, but they'll get a different experience out of it. It's all about creating those memories.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you an only child, or do you have siblings?
Oh, no, I got a lot of siblings. There's a whole, we don't have a family tree. It's like a hedge. Yeah.
That's wonderful that mom made everything an adventure. And it is cool, to kind of make a special time out of something as simple as getting an ice cream cone. We're going to go someplace different and enjoy that ice cream cone. So that started at an early age for you.
Yes.
And would your family take all kinds of road trips then?
Oh, yeah. It was back. Oh, we were so safe. The seats were down in the back of the station wagon. We'd be in our sleeping bags and stuff like that. Nowadays, they'd be like, oh, my gosh.
Where are the seatbelts? Where are the safety harnesses?
What are seatbelts? Yeah, no. And, even driving movie theaters. You name it.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just always finding an adventure.
So when the pandemic hit, which still feels like it was forever ago and then not that long ago,
Yes.
we're all literally locked down in our homes, and travel was ceased for a while. And then when, we were able to do a few things, that was still kind of was very different, having to keep our distance. I know that for my family, we did go to a handful of state parks and we enjoyed hiking and doing different things like that. What was that like for you? As someone who encourages people to get out and do things and have those wonderful experiences and to write about them. What was your life like when the pandemic hit?
So during the pandemic, that's when about 40% of the world's travel writers quit.
They quit.
They quit because they couldn't go on trips. They couldn't write about stuff. They couldn't get, if they were freelancing, people weren't really buying the articles. Having my own site was beneficial because I could update my own articles. But I reached out to my friend Sarah, who is co-owner of the Midwest Travel Network, and I said, hear me out. It's, we're all going to be locked in our states. This isn't going to go away quickly. And Lysol's not invented that magic spray to cure it yet, so very rude. So what if we together wrote a book on Midwest road trips? Because it's all outdoor experiences. I said, I'm in Wisconsin, you're in Iowa, we have Therese in Illinois, Tim and Lisa in Nebraska. What if we picked a writer from each state? And we did. Together we wrote Midwest Road Trip Adventures. And it's kind of fun when you have a bunch of writers who kind of do like a little best-selling travel book in the middle of a pandemic when people aren't traveling. And it's kind of like groundhogs or prairie dogs at the zoo where, you see these heads like starting to pop up.
Uh-huh.
People are like, who are these people? We've all written multiple books since and done lots of different things.
That's a great collaborative effort, and you definitely want to figure out what the new path is going to be when you're in a situation like that. You don't want to give up.
If people couldn't pivot,
Yeah.
probably aren't here.
Yeah, and that's a word we heard a lot and used a lot, pivot. There's always a need to pivot. Our guest here this morning on Hometown Today is Dannelle Gay. She is an author and a Wisconsin native. She is the traveling cheesehead. And before we made our way down here to the Daily Dodge TV studio, you did tell me that you have the cheeseheads in the car.
They are in the car.
But you have your gorgeous cheese earrings on today.
Styling.
So did you come up with the cheese lady on its own? Did you kind of brand yourself that way, being the traveling cheesehead? Or was that something that was gifted to you?
Born and bred, diehard Packers fans. We're the cheeseheads. And so I was like, okay, I'm the traveling cheesehead. And you got to admit, the hats are noticeable.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely.
I use the picture on my business cards, on back of my books and things like that. And I've had someone walk up to me, and even in O'Hare, and go, excuse me, are you that cheese lady? I'm the cheese lady. Okay. But I'm just proud to be from Wisconsin. We have so many gems in our state. Yeah. I mean, we're really blessed to have. I mean, if this was a state to be locked down in, we were golden.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to hearing about what some of those gems are that many of our listeners and viewers probably haven't discovered. And I really love 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die. Like, that's going to be quite the list to go through and check off. So again, we have a lot to talk about, and really happy that you're here, Dannelle. Thank you so much for being generous with your time. Dannelle Gay, author, the traveling cheesehead, Wisconsin native, here with us this morning on Hometown Today, which is presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. Right now, you can get 12 months interest-free on all the flooring in the store, all of it at Professional Floor Covering. So you can take 12 months, pay that off, and get that look that you want and need in your home. Randy and the team at Professional Floor Covering are so good about listening to what you're envisioning and then finding out what you need to work for you, whether it's LVP, maybe it's carpet, vinyl, ceramic tile. Now would be a great time for you to think about those upgrades that you want to do in your home, and head on over to the showroom, 713 Park Avenue. Have that free in-store consultation. Randy and the team happy to do those free in-home measures and quotes for you, again, to give you the look and what you need to work for you in your home. And because it is your floor and so much more, ask Randy and the team how they can help transform your bathroom, your kitchen. They even have a great selection of blinds find so many things for you to look at and to choose from at that showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and of course online at PROFLR.com. Professional floor covering your floor and so much more. Hometown Today also brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Happy Monday. I hope you are getting your week off to a great start. Amy Hudson back here with you on Hometown Today in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios. We have someone famous here with us today, Dannelle Gay, author and the traveling She Said. She's laughing. I'm serious. You are here, there, and everywhere. You have accomplished so much, and really exciting that you are a Wisconsin native and that you are so passionate. You have so much love for our beautiful, great state of Wisconsin. So many things to do here, and I think people lose sight of that because we're here. You know, we just want to get out. We want to go other places and experience things. But you have a lot for us to experience here in Wisconsin. Let's talk about 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die. How did this generate, and what are some of these things that we need to experience here in Wisconsin, Dannelle?
Oh boy. When I got the contract from that, I made my list. I was all sure of what I was going to have. But then I went to the Governor's Conference on Tourism like I do every year. And I learned, because we were coming out of the pandemic when I was doing that book, that we got like less COVID tourism relief dollars than a lot of the other Midwest states. And I'm sitting there thinking, North Dakota is a Midwest state. No, but I looked at my list differently. I wanted to bring in nonprofits, family-owned businesses. I really wanted this to be a passport to fund for the Badger State, but also get everybody excited about checking out places that they might not normally have seen. So there's things on there like sleep on a sub the Manitowoc Maritime Museum has the SS Kobe you can tour, but a lot of people didn't know that it was an Airbnb program.
Oh my goodness.
So you can sleep on a World War II sub.
Have you done that?
I have not done that.
But you could if you wanted.
I've been invited to, but that's just, I've toured it, and I absolutely love it. I love anything that has to do with history, living history museums. We are so blessed with our state parks. We have Heritage Hill, and then we have the Wisconsin Historical Society Museum collection. So we are really blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does sound interesting. I would tour that submarine, but I wouldn't be able to sleep there. Just a little too small of a space for me. But what a unique opportunity that would be. So where are some of the other gems in our state that perhaps people really will be very surprised to know about? Ooh. What were you surprised to find out about?
Oh, I find new stuff all the time.
Oh, I bet you do.
I love to just explore stuff, try new restaurants. I'm going parasailing this week coming up.
So I love that.
You name it, I've done it.
Have you done that before?
I have not parasailed, but 2 weeks ago I kissed a buffalo.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what was happening there? We've got the time here. You kissed a buffalo. That's dangerous.
Oh, it was done on a bison ranch. They were fabulous.
Okay.
I figured I had kissed a reindeer a couple weeks before that, so I could try this with a buffalo, and it worked fine.
Oh, you're a brave girl. Can we find pictures of that? I'm sure.
Cook's Bison Ranch actually shot a video. It's on their Facebook page. They went on about me visiting, and at the reindeer ranch, you put like a graham cracker in your mouth, and the reindeer would take it out. So the treats that they had at the bison ranch for us to feed, I tried, and she was like, "Hang on, wait a second." I thought she was just taking pictures.
How big was this buffalo?
She shot video.
How big was this buffalo?
They're big.
Wasn't a baby buffalo. It was a big buffalo.
They're big. But I was in a wagon. It was okay. I realized if you see that and you look on Cook's Bison Ranch on Facebook page, you'll hear, I think I'm calling it like it's a dog, like, come here.
Oh my goodness, bison call.
Bison call.
It's a bison call.
I'm guessing.
Our guest this morning is Dannelle Gay. She is an author, a Wisconsin native. She is the traveling cheesehead. She's kind of famous. A lot of people know who she is. We're excited to have her with us here today on Hometown Today. So how long would it take us to get through the list of 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die?
I have people who have done numbers on 1 through 100 and slips and put them in a jar, and every weekend they pick another thing out.
Oh, that's fun.
So if you're the weekend warrior, there's actually 191 things in there.
Oh.
So if you're a weekend warrior and you pull something out and you try a different place every weekend, you've got about 4 years worth of adventures.
Oh my goodness. All in the great state of Wisconsin.
All in the great state of Wisconsin.
Wow. What about in this area, kind of where we're located? So knowing that you're from that Dane County area between Sun Prairie and Madison, we're here, right neighboring there here in Dodge County. If we're looking just, to do something like 90 minutes away, maybe go for that ice cream cone like you used to go with your mom, what comes to mind right away?
Dane County. Well, you can tour the Governor's Mansion, the State Capitol, and the Wisconsin Veterans Museum absolutely free. Those are all in Madison. The Dane County Farmers Market is fabulous.
It is one of the best in the country.
Growers only in the country. Let's see. Cave of the Mounds isn't that far away. That's a fabulous place.
It is, and even though I don't like those small spaces, you've got to experience it. You really do, and they've got that beautiful butterfly garden over there. It's lovely.
The cave is the same temperature year-round, so you could do it any day, any weather.
Yeah, it's nice to do when we have like scorching hot days like we're going to have again today. What about up north? We want to go a couple hours up north.
Ooh, gosh, there's fabulous restaurants up there. Norwood Pines. It is haunted by the former mister of a house of ill repute.
What?
Not a madam.
Okay. This is the Norwood Pines?
Norwood Pines restaurant.
Okay. Haunted in what kind of a way? In a funny kind of a way or a scary poltergeist kind of a way?
Oh, just, kind of a family-friendly kind of a way, considering that he used
like
to run
Casper?
a house of ill repute.
Oh, my goodness.
But then you also have Little Bohemia up there, where you can see, the preserved bullet holes in the glass and all that from John Dillinger.
Wow. Share your website and information like how people can follow you and learn more about you. I just got kind of bossy there. I apologize. Share it now, Dannelle.
It's your show. It's okay. Travelingcheesehead.com. That's my site. But I also have the Wisconsin Road Trips Facebook group. And it's positive, friendly, promoting things in Wisconsin. And there's, I don't know, almost 100,000 people on there. They're very helpful. So if you say, I'm going at here, can you give me ideas on things to do, places to eat? Everybody jumps in and helps out. It's a fabulous, fabulous community.
Well, and I wish I would have checked out your information just about Chicago specifically, because you have some really great tips for traveling with kids, just to different places, and we want to talk about some of those places, some of your traveling tips with kiddos. I learned that you have a gourmet coffee line, so we want to talk about Traveling Cheesehead Coffee. You used to own a restaurant. You do have a new book out that we want to talk about. So there is a lot happening. Dannelle Gay is our guest here this morning on Hometown Today. She is a Wisconsin native. She's an author. She has fantastic energy and really great suggestions about cool places for us to check out, not just within our great state of Wisconsin. She's also very brave. I love that we get to learn things about our guests. Like, in case you missed it, she kissed a buffalo here recently and acts like it's not a big deal at all. I'm not even comfortable around a cow or anything that's bigger than my 78-pound dog. So, yeah, you've got some bravery going on there for sure.
Brave, crazy, it's a fine line.
It is a fine line, isn't it? And we have water that we're enjoying. I love coffee. How did you start a coffee line? Was this through your travels and your love of restaurants?
So I call them gifts from God when I'm talking to like high school students or college students. You have to watch whatever you do. Look for those gifts from God and then take action. So many people don't take action. I did a travel tips video and I talked about how hotels, a lot of them have Keurigs, but they have really crappy coffee.
Yeah.
And I held up a zippy bag and I said, so I bring my Highlander grog, my French vanilla cappuccino. And after about 3 million hits, I'm like, okay, Lord, I hear you. So,
3 million hits, yeah.
My coffee is ethically sourced, packaged, and produced here in Wisconsin, and the flavors tie in with different destinations.
Oh, my goodness.
So my Janesville gingerbread coffee that's really big in the holidays, it's because I've gone through the Rotary Lights holiday display.
Yeah.
And so it's a walk-through Christmas light display. It's fabulous, over 1 million lights. And at the end, we got gingerbread cookies. So that was the flavor and the inspiration, and it's on the package that talks about it. I have a Door County cherry because parking or camping at the state park there, you come out of Peninsula State Park, Julie's Park Cafe, cherry everything. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I would love that.
But I don't camp in January, so a cup of chocolate covered cherry type coffee is the next best thing. So.
You're not that brave. You're not camping in January.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
So tell us, I want to hear more about the coffee. Like, what are some other blends that you have and those inspirations?
Stuffed French toast, because I love that when I go out. I tied in with a lot of different destinations. So I have a Sheboygan tiramisu coming out. I'm going to do a Mississippi mud because of the Quad Cities. I have at Columbus, when the Santa train. So I have a candy cane coffee because of the Columbus. We love to do the Santa train.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have so many different flavors. A Bismarck, North Dakota. It's a Bismarck blend. It's kind of like eating a Bismarck, but talk about a pastry shop there. The Wright blend, because I've done a lot of Frank Lloyd Wright properties, and he loved his pound cake with fresh berries, so it's kind of like that.
Okay.
So I have a lot of flavors. I'm actually working on, it's called Cuppa Joe. And it has dog tags on it. It's really cute, but it's going to be the money from that one's going to go to the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce nonprofit that helps other veterans.
That's wonderful, and that is something that we'll be talking about during our time together here this morning. I can't stop smiling. You are just so very interesting, and I love your energy. Dannelle Gay is with us here this morning on Hometown Today. She's an author, Wisconsin native. She is the traveling cheesehead, and we're going to pivot and welcome Diana Ogle to Hometown Today. Diana with Park Village Shopping Center, and I feel like I haven't heard her voice or talked to her forever, and it's only been like a little over a week. Good morning, and a happy Monday, Diana Ogle.
Well, happy Monday, my traveling little Trixie. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and I have missed you. And I cruised through the Park Village Shopping Center this morning, and again, amazed at how everything came together through the whole parking lot upgrade, and amazed at what the facade is looking like on the Hobby Lobby. So there's always a lot happening. And oh my goodness, Diana, those flowers at Park Village Shopping Center are so beautiful. So fill us in. What have I missed? What do we need to know? What's going on at Park Village Shopping Center?
Well, first, let me tell you this. While you were gone, the crew stepped up. Your peeps
That's
are
really
good.
nice to know.
The peeps are good. Charlie and Jake and everybody there, they're just awesome.
That
awesome.
makes me happy. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely, they're good. Well, here's the skinny on what's coming up. I know the new facade on Hobby Lobby is great. Everywhere I go, everybody's, when's Hobby Lobby coming? When? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, like 10 times 1,000 a day. So here's what I know, that the semi-trucks are probably going to start rolling in somewhere in the middle to the end of August to put inventory in there. That much I know. So start looking for that. So we're going to have a lot of activity rocking and rolling over there. We got to get the rest of the building painted so they tuck pointed and they're filling holes and cracks and whatever those folks do that I'm not in the trades of. So they're getting that all taken care of. So we got that rocking and rolling in the right direction. And, of course, we've got all kinds of things. I said yesterday or last week to Charlie, July, it's ice cream month. We got your ice cream covered at Park Village Shopping Center with Baskin's, Shakes at Cousins, ice cream at McDonald's. Of course, they got their malts and shakes. And, of course, Piggly Wiggly has you covered as well. I do want to give a shout-out to Green Acres CBD Wellness. Since you've been gone, I have broken my rib.
What? Did you just say you broke your rib?
I did.
What happened?
Well, I body checked into a retaining wall at our house.
Oh, my gosh. Diana.
Odd as it may seem, you can't do that.
No.
So anyway, I've got beautiful flowers. I was trying to reach this flower. Anyway, I'm like, if I just go one extra. Well, anyway, so I body checked into that. But I will tell you, the fine folks at Green Acres CBD have ointment, salve, all kinds of stuff, and my healing has rapidly improved.
Oh, good.
Isn't that a good thing? So we've got, and the flowers, let me talk about the flowers at Park Village Shopping Center. Thank you to Wonder Creek Nursery. We've got the Brains over there that are taking care of everything, Carl and Lori. They are phenomenal. And we're putting new lights in, thanks to McCullum Electric over there. So we got all kinds of new lights, new spotlights. We've got everything going. I'm telling you, sister, we are next level. Next level.
Yes, you are, and greatly appreciate the update. I'm sorry about your injury, and as you were talking about, trying to get that flower that was right out of reach, I really have been enjoying your beautiful garden pictures and videos that you've been sharing. And if there is a place to go to help you heal and to help things feel better, it is Green Acres CBD. They help me so much with my arthritis pain, and they'll listen to what you're going through and get you hooked up.
Yeah, they will. So we've got it all. We've got Hobby Lobby coming. We got ice cream. We can heal your aches and pains. I'm telling you, flowers, everything's going to make you feel good. And it's Happy Monday, and I want everyone to have the best of the rest of their day.
Oh, you too, Diana. Thank you so much. Great to talk with you. Thank you for the update, and I hope to see your face soon.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Make it a great day. Diana Ogle with Park Village Shopping Center joining us for a few minutes here on Hometown Today. We will soon head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for a local news, sports, and weather update. And we'll get it all going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Happy Monday. Amy Hudson back here with you for Hometown Today. We are live from the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, Your Floor, and so much more. And brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. Shortly after 10 o'clock, we will hear from our friend and neighbor, Tom Balweg, with Balweg Implement. And really excited to continue our conversation with our guest here this morning on Hometown Today as Dannelle Gay is with us. She is a writer. She is a travel expert. She has so much passion and energy. You really have such an interesting background and are living your best life. You're so very interesting, and I am really thankful for your time. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love coffee, and so when I found out that you have your own coffee line, I was really excited. We were talking about this a little bit before we went to break, and how the different brews are inspired by your travel experiences, which make them extra special. And then while we were in break, oh my goodness, I was like, what? Because I had asked, like, how do we get your coffee? Can we get your coffee? And what did you say that made me be like, what? You're amazing.
We're going on Amazon.
That's amazing. That's really big. How did this happen?
Well, I'm in 500 gift shops across the Midwest.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And so now we're going into Amazon. So we're starting off with, originally got me going was the K-Cups. So they're 12-count boxes of K-Cups.
Okay.
And then we're going to work our way to filter packs after all 65 flavors go live on Amazon.
Wow, that is a big deal. And what is that target date for launch on Amazon?
Within the next 2 months.
Oh, wow, that is really great to know. You have also a love and passion for food and restaurants and eateries, and you used to be a restaurateur. And how long were you doing that?
I had a restaurant and a catering company in Sun Prairie for about 10 years.
Wow.
It's been closed about 20 years now. And so the chef in me loves to check out different restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
And also support the independent restaurants, because I know how tough it is, how much time it takes, how hard they work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, and definitely a labor of love. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law owned a bar and grill back home in Monroe, so we saw firsthand what they would experience. And the food is what kept people coming in to Papa Don's Horseshoe Saloon. They were known for their award-winning burgers and really bringing fresh to kind of a tavern atmosphere. And one of the things that you help people with in their travels is discovering these unique eats and eateries in Wisconsin. So let's talk about some of those.
That's actually a book that I'm researching right now. It is so difficult. I have to write about 84 different restaurants across Wisconsin, so I've had to go and eat at so many different places. The research, oh my gosh.
It's exhausting for Dannelle.
My husband laughs. He's like, we don't need to grocery shop. I think there's like 19 different restaurants of food in our refrigerator right now in white boxes. But
how do you even start to put together a list like that and then end up with 84 on it?
You got to kind of balance out the state, and some are ethnic, some are indigenous, some are farm to fork, some, like, there's a place that I'm going to be checking out because they have foot-long mozzarella sticks.
What? Foot-long mozzarella sticks. Well, if you're going to do that, you're doing it in the right state in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness, my youngest daughter she won't believe that. That's a real thing.
It is.
Okay. What other amazing things can you tease us with as you're compiling stuff for this next book?
Well, there's some places, I call them the meet and eat places, where it's like a beef farm where you get to have an experience maybe with bison, and then you get to eat bison burgers.
Oh boy, yeah.
But it's really good. You're seeing more people who are really interested in these pizza farms or hamburger farms, because especially with their kids, seeing where their food comes from, And I love to support our farmers. The Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Association, I've been very involved with them, and anything we can do to support our farmers, we lose one family farm a day in Wisconsin.
That's really sad, because for those of us that grew up in Wisconsin, like you and I both have, that's part of our culture. Like, that's part of my childhood. We didn't farm as a family, but my grandparents did, both sides. And so many of my friends from the school bus were farm kids. And that's a startling statistic. And over the past few years, we have seen such an interest knowing where our food comes from. And I found that interesting just because, well, I've always known where my food comes from. Like I would get on the school bus in the morning and, maybe there wasn't, a beef steer that was there before, or I remember my goat Willie leaving one morning. Willie wasn't there when I got off the school bus at the end. My dad made him into brats. I'm not kidding. But that's interesting, for people to have those experiences. And it wasn't too long ago we had a guest here on Hometown Today talking about egg tourism in the state of Wisconsin, and reminiscent of what you were just describing with those experiences.
Yeah, depending on who it is, I probably know them.
Yeah.
But, so it's supporting restaurants that do farm to fork, because they can support like 15 different farmers. Getting out there in the cranberry patches and playing Ocean Spray Guy, the pumpkin patches, the farmers markets, cuddling goats, at LeClaire Farms, up by Fond du Lac. I mean, there's so many amazing fun things to do that support our farmers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have this crazy picture in my head of that foot-long mozzarella stick.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, thank you for that. I think that's fantastic. Can you share any more about some of these unique eats and eateries in Wisconsin? And when can we expect the book? What's your deadline?
My deadline is September 1st, and
Ooh.
it should be coming out, it looks like April of next year.
Okay. April of next year. So what are some of the neat things that you've discovered from these 84 different restaurants that you're doing the research on? What just, maybe something that really blew your mind, like it must take a lot between everything that you get to see and experience, here in Wisconsin throughout this process for this new book. What's been a surprise to you?
I just love how everybody, especially in my Facebook group, they really give me ideas and suggestions and share things that they love. So let me give you a few fun ones. In Sheboygan, because brats,
Yeah.
and it's the Malibu of the
And the
Midwest.
Sheboygan roll.
Sheboygan
Yeah.
roll. Sly's Midtown Saloon. It's kind of like one of those dive bars, but that's the best brat meal. You get the double brats on the Sheboygan roll, and they have the baked beans with the butter floating in it and the potato salad that's fabulous. So, I mean, if you want a Sheboygan brat and you're not there for a Saturday with the Measefields Market where they have the brat hut, where
Yeah.
there was always some fundraiser or benefit, you have to go to Sly's Midtown Saloon to get the brats.
I love that. A double brat.
A double brat on the round, Sheboygan roll, and yum.
I've never had baked beans with butter in them before.
They float just a little butter on the top.
Just a
It
little.
works, trust me. And their potato salad is fabulous.
So how far are you on this magical journey through these 84 restaurants? Have you made it through all 84? Now you're working on your actual writing of the book?
I have a few more to check out. I've been kind of writing as I go, taking a lot of photos. So even if it's me and my intern from the summer, or if it's me and my husband, we order more than just 2 entrees because we want pictures for different
Yeah.
things. And so I might get an appetizer and a salad and then soup, and then we each get a couple entrees, then we might have to do a dessert. I mean, it's difficult research.
You might have to do a dessert.
I can't tell you how many brandy old-fashioned sweets I've had to endure. Oh, my. No.
What's a big dessert for the state of Wisconsin? What do Wisconsinites like to? Is it an ice cream drink, or is that just a supper club thing?
Well, we have several supper clubs, so that's
Yeah.
a very good one. Ice cream drinks. Cream puffs are hot because the state fair, and they've got flavored ones this year.
Big deal. It's a
I
big
mean,
deal.
Somebody said, how many cream puffs are eaten at the state fair every year? And I'm like, all of them? All of them?
They're special. That is something special from Wisconsin. I can't wait to check out one of the flavors. Our guest here this morning on Hometown Today is Dannelle Gay. She is a writer, a travel expert. We're just talking about the book she's currently working on, which will focus on unique eats and eateries in the state of Wisconsin. For someone not from Wisconsin, when you're talking about restaurants and food, what are we known for, like to the rest of the world? Is it bratwurst, cheese?
Oh, several different things. So horseradish,
Oh,
because we grow a lot of
yes.
horseradish.
Love it.
Cranberries. Let's see, we've got the Door County cherries. Of course, we have cheese. We have so many master cheesemakers. Brats. It's
good stuff.
We have a lot of great stuff.
Supper club. So we just mentioned that kind of, within our conversation about the book that you're working on. Will that be a substantial part of the book? I noticed on your website you do have a little section just about supper clubs.
Yeah, I'm way behind in writing on that because I've hit a lot of them. Supper clubs, it's a leisurely dining experience.
Yeah.
It kind of takes you back to the kitschy past, the baby boomers. I'm married to a baby boomer. I'm much younger. I'm the trophy wife. But, it's a different experience. It really is an experience. You're going to want to plan at least 2 hours and just enjoy good food and a nice time with people. At Beaver Dam, you have a great one. I love Contafios.
Oh, I've still yet to go there. It's a favorite of Uncle Bill's.
They're a Gold Star family. So they lost their son Ryan over 20 years ago. They are fabulous for veterans. They do a lot of different things. And we were just there a couple weeks ago.
What did you have?
A steak. Brandy old fashioned sweet. Yeah.
How do you like your
Cheese
steak?
curds.
Are you I'm a rare girl. I like it bleeding on my plate a little bit.
Medium rare, or I don't like it quite mooing. So
Okay.
medium rare, maybe medium, but yeah.
Good stuff. Dannelle Gay is our guest here this morning on Hometown Today. She is a Wisconsin native. She is a writer and a travel expert. And we'll continue our conversation. We were just talking about her current book that she's working on that will focus on unique eats and eateries here in our great state of Wisconsin. And when we come back from break, we're going to talk about a book that she brought with her today. And this is your current book, correct?
That came out in May.
World War II, Dispatches to Madison, Letters Home from an Army Air Corps Soldier. And I had said earlier mistakenly that this was your dad on the cover, but it's your father-in-law
Correct.
on the cover. So looking forward to hearing the story and the inspiration behind this book. And again, happy that you're here. This is Hometown Today, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Love, love, love that Sandy was able to join Charlie live downtown last Friday as everybody was getting revved up for Best Damn Music Fest. I think that was great that she just made her way down to the main stage to join Charlie. McKinstry's Home Furnishings can help you beautify your home in so many ways. And one of the ways that you may not know about is picture framing. McKinstry's Home Furnishings stocks a very large selection of picture frame moldings and conservation mattings and glass. So if you're looking to, keep a keepsake special for years to come, if you want to frame a keepsake and give it as a gift, whether it's, family photos, maybe wedding pictures, oil paintings, award certificates, McKinstry's Home Furnishings is your go-to place. And you'll be amazed at their low everyday prices. And their designers really know what they're doing. You will be in good hands. So let McKinstry's designers help you select just the right frame and matting to enhance the beauty of your artwork, your keepsakes, as well as your home. And you can take your frameable pieces to McKinstry's Home Furnishings. They will be happy that you did, and you will be very happy that you did. They're located right under the red awning in downtown Beaver Dam. And of course, you can check them out online at McKinstry'sHomeFurnishings.com. McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Dodge. Happy Monday and welcome back to Hometown Today. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. So when you go there to dailydodge.com, just click on the Daily Dodge TV tab. That'll get you hooked up and into the stream. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And when you do that, be sure you click the notifications icon so you get all the updates and you're always in the loop as to the fun things happening here in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We'll be checking in with our friend Tom Ballweg from Ballweg Implement here this hour at 11:10. It is a Mielek Monday. Rob Mielek will be joining us on Taking Care of Business. He is an estate planning attorney, so of course happy to take your questions via phone and text during his show today, kicking off at 11:10. Our guest here this morning on Hometown Today is one of the most interesting people I've ever had the pleasure of talking with. So happy to have writer, Wisconsin native, travel expert Dannelle Gay here with us this morning on Hometown Today. You do so many cool things in addition to writing and letting people know about the cool things in Wisconsin and other places that we should be checking out. You have a TV show. You have a coffee line. You've been a restaurateur. You are an author. You are so many things, and I have probably missed some of those things. But let's talk about your TV show, because that is something we were talking about while we were in break. So traveling cheesehead visits.
Yes. So I travel. I get to go a lot of different places. So it's fun. You know, I've done everything this year, from ride a Mardi Gras parade float.
Oh, wow.
To shoot skeet with a Vietnam vet in Clarksville, Tennessee. And it's just fun being able to bring some of those adventures to my viewers. So it's some Wisconsin, some out of Wisconsin, but anything that I can do to encourage people to just get out, get in their car and go somewhere.
Yeah, get out, go, have fun, just live. Mm-hmm. Where can we see your TV show?
So I'm just starting to put older episodes up now on YouTube. So I'm starting to do that. If you search Traveling Cheesehead on YouTube, you'll start to see some of my articles popping up. We're getting them in there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Look forward to checking that out. And I keep thinking about this coffee. I have to get over it, but I can't. But I can't wait to have some of your coffee. And I told her during the break, I'm like, you have to come back when you get ready to launch on Amazon. We'll have a tasting party of sorts here down in the Daily Dodge TV studio. I know that our friend Tom Ballweg will be checking in with us here soon. So we'll chat for a few more minutes before we have to go to break. But I don't want to cut really any part of our conversation short. And we really want to talk about your current book, World War II Dispatches to Madison, Letters Home from an Army Corps soldier. So maybe give us a little preview before we, launch into the heart of, we're showing it on camera right now. There's a wonderful picture. Tell us about the picture that's on the cover.
So that's my father-in-law in his World War II uniform and his father in his World War I uniform.
Wow.
So, it was kind of a passion project. I was blessed to know this man for over 40 years, and the young man that you read about in the book is the same exact person I was blessed to know for 40 years. Still had golly gee and swell in there. Oh. Loved God, his family, his country more than anything. It's a neat kind of peek into a simpler time. And the Gays were some of the Madison founding families. They built the first Madison skyscraper, started the Madison Metro, donated land that Dungeon School sits in right now. They built a lot of them in Rose Street, Dungeon Street neighborhood, kind of turn of the century.
Okay.
The last century.
Yeah. I love that area. We just had family that were visiting from Washington and spent some time in Madison, and we're talking about how State Street had changed. And I mentioned specifically Monroe Street because that's always been one of my favorite streets.
Yes.
Just thought it was a little bit more artsy and eclectic. And now it is so much more than what folks get to experience on State Street. What can people expect when they pick this up for a read?
The foreword was written by Tom Parr from the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and they will get, Now there's Skype and Zoom and texting and stuff like that. They didn't have that back then, so they might have to wait, 6-8 weeks to see mail if they got moved from station or base to base. Things didn't catch up that fast. Not every soldier got care packages, and it was just interesting because his dad was ration board, his mom was with the Red Cross. They sent extra care packages. They did all sorts of things, and we learned a few different things too. Like the letters the soldiers sent were kind of checked over and blacked out, but the letters coming in weren't. And so sometimes there was a little code back and forth, like how far away? Is it like going to Grandma Gay's or going to Grandma Tullen's, or so trying to figure out how far away and how they were able to communicate to each other, but kind of like in their own code.
Yeah, very interesting. Our guest this morning is Dannelle Gay. She is a travel expert, a writer, a Wisconsin native, and so happy that she's here with us today on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, where right now you can get 12 months interest-free on all flooring in the store, whether it's LVP, carpet, vinyl, ceramic, whatever it is you are looking for. 12 months interest-free on all the flooring at Professional Floor Covering. They can also easily help you upgrade your bathroom with a really nice custom walk-in shower. So if you don't want that bathtub in there anymore, get it gone. Randy and the team can make it so easy for you. Get that bathtub out, put that walk-in shower so you can stay home, stay safe, and know that it's not going to break your bank, not going to be that expensive. So talk to them about that. Stop into that beautiful showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and of course online at proflr.com. Boy, I was only away for a week. It feels like much longer, which is probably a good indication of time well spent. But much like I missed hearing Diana's voice, I have missed this voice from Ballweg Implement, Tom Ballweg. Good morning and happy Monday, Tom.
Hey, good morning, Amy. Yes, a beautiful morning out there. A little on the warm side, but, we need that.
We do, and it's going to cool off after today, and certainly hope that we don't get severe weather later on today, but conditions going to be right again for severe thunderstorms and possibly some tornadoes popping up. So we'll deal with the heat today, and then it's going to be much more comfortable for the rest of the week.
Yes, it will. And, it is July, and they on the news last night I was listening, and they were talking about the fact that it was going to be hot and humid today, and the guy said, well, I guess it is July in Wisconsin.
And you know what? I'd rather have this type of weather than 20 below and a crazy wind chill. So I'm loving the heat and humidity.
Yes, I spent a little bit of time over the weekend with people from California, and they asked us how we get along with the 20 below, and I said, well, we don't have any bugs.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So
I really did.
That.
I thought of you over the weekend. After my husband finished mowing the yard, I was doing a lot of work in our gardens and our patio, and he finished mowing the yard, and I looked out, and it looked nice, but I was like, oh, man, got like all that stuff now to rake up, like all that grass that's left behind. And all I could think was, I really need to send my husband over to see you because, you talk about different ways to avoid that with some of the rigs we can get at Ballweg Implement.
Making grass short. That's one of our specialties. Yes.
It is, and keeping short. Things looking nice.
Yeah. We got some specials going on right now on our X330s. There's $200 off on those. Our X354, 384, 394, there's $300 off. And those that end in 4 mean that they are four-wheel steer, so they function almost like a zero-turn, but they ride like a tractor.
Oh.
And, a lot of people, a lot of ladies don't like the zero-turns because they're more less intuitive to drive when you have 2 sticks versus a steering wheel.
Okay.
So this sometimes gives you the ability to do what you would do as zero-turn. And you can hit more trees when you have a four-wheel steer because you can get closer.
Okay, we don't want to hit any trees, Tom Ballweg.
Oh, yeah. That's just part of mowing lawn. Oh, my goodness. They call them tree bites,
Oh, my goodness.
And the X570, that's power steering. that one's got $400 off.
Wow.
And we also have the 0% programs on those in addition to those discounts. So that's something you need to look at. And on our Gators, we have up to $2,500 off on the 835 M and R.
Wow.
And also the 865 M and R. These are with cabs on them. So that means that they have, as we say, HVAC, meaning heat and AC in them. So you can take them on the trail, and it's like driving a little truck around. And you know, a lot of the municipalities, you see a lot of these side-by-sides running around nowadays, which makes a lot of sense. Why take a big car down to the grocery store? You know, you can go down and buy your groceries, throw them in the back of the UTV, and you can run home with it.
Yeah, I live in Horicon, and I actually see quite a few of these on our streets. Pretty spiffy, and they sound cool when they're going down my street.
Oh yeah, they do, and you know, so they are. You get, you know, they're not all what I would call road legal.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are actually are a slower model. Those without the cabs, definitely, and the smaller ones, and they cost a lot less. And you can take a look at all of those on our website at ballweg.biz. And we are going to be having EAA Gators coming back. Those are 2024s. And they also qualify for these discounts. If you get them without the cab on them, there's $1,000 off on them right now. That's on the 835, actually on the 835 E and 865E. So there's some pretty good deals going on these units right at the present time. And we've got the 0% programs on them also. So lots of different things happening with our units that we have right at the present time.
That's fantastic, Tom. And when can folks come see you at Ballweg Implement, both in Waupun and Beaver Dam?
You can go to our Beaver Dam store. Is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturdays till 3. Waupun is open from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays till 3. And one thing I want to remember to tell people, we have a position that's going to be opening in our parts department, and we're looking for somebody. This would be a more, I don't want to say an experienced parts person, but somebody who has knowledge of looking up parts. It could be, like a farmer who, if you have you have a full-time job and you also have part-time farming, that would be an ideal candidate because they understand, the things that they're looking at. We teach you how to use our computer programs, but we need a people person who also can look up parts, maybe a mechanic who's getting older and doesn't want to crank wrenches anymore. This might be an ideal position. So make sure you call us at the Waupun store. That opening is at the Waupun store. So, Amy, if you knew how to do all those things, you maybe could come and apply for it.
Well, I think with someone showing me the ropes like you, Tom, I would be in good hands. And I know you're going to find a perfect fit for your team, and I can't imagine how much fun it would be to work with you and the other folks, both in Waupun and Beaver Dam.
You bet. It's nice when you can hand somebody a part and they can get back going again. And, that's something we specialize at Ballweg Implement as parts with our drop boxes and, with everything that's going on. We like to keep people going and make sure that they are happy with the piece of equipment that they own.
Well, you do a great job with that, Tom. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We greatly appreciate it. You make it a great day and have a great week.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, thank you so much. Tom Ballweg from Ballweg Implement joining us here this morning on Hometown Today. We will continue our conversation with our guest, Dannelle Gay, when Hometown Today continues here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
If you
Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I'm Amy Hudson here in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. Please click on the Daily Dodge TV tab. You can also subscribe to Daily Dodge on our YouTube channel. Make sure you click the notifications icon when you do that so you don't miss any of the happenings. And our guest here this morning is so much fun and so interesting. She's an author, traveler, Wisconsin native. She is the traveling cheesehead. She is Dannelle Gay. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. You're in contact with your husband. He's like, where are you? Like, he can't find you on the radio, 95.3 FM. He was on the AM. So if he's cruising that, he gets 1430. It's ESPN Beaver Dam. So that's great. And you are out there on so many different platforms between your TV show, your website. You have so many books. You do so much. And I get the feeling that you never slow down.
I get all of those ideas. I think I'm literally like that computer that they talk about with all the screens open. You don't know where the music is coming from. So I have a team that they make me look brilliant and organized. So I love my team. They're fabulous.
Isn't it wonderful? Just like when Diana Ogle was talking with us, Diana with Park Village Shopping Center, just giving props to our team here, while I was out last week. And I did that too. It's so important that you recognize that and you give thanks, because it does take a team effort to do what you do, to do what we do here. So let's continue our talk about what you do, because you do so many things. I really can't stop smiling this morning. Before we went to break, we were talking about your current book, World War II, Dispatches. I can't figure if I need my glasses on or not. Dispatches to Madison, Letters Home from an Army Corps Soldier, written by you. That is your father-in-law and his dad on the cover. Your father-in-law in his World War II uniform and his father in his World War I uniform. So very, very special. Within the book, are there actual letters that they were writing home?
Actual letters, and his mom saved everything. We had these leather-bound journals that were just fabulous. Every ticket to a USO dance, postcards, telegrams, V-mail, pictures that he took. I mean, you name it. She saved all of it. And the military museum that is in Oshkosh is going to be doing a display with both uniforms and a lot of the different things. Inside here, when he was on furlough to Belfast, he got Irish linen hankies and shamrock seeds, and he talked about it in a letter. We have the box of linen hankies and shamrock seeds still 80 years later. So
I just got goosebumps.
Aw.
That's beyond special.
It's very special.
I can't imagine what a wonderful trip in time that must have been when you discovered those things.
And for my husband, who never really talked to his dad about the wartime, he learned new things about his dad when he was kind of reviewing everything that I had written up. So
I bet. It's so very special. This book is out. Folks can pick that up. Where can they find it if it's not
everywhere
at a local
from
bookstore?
Barnes & Noble, Target.com, even Amazon has it. I'm not getting any profit from this. All of our profit goes to the Wounded Warrior Project, because it was difficult to get him to go on the honor flight. And he finally did. He loved it. He wore his little red jacket everywhere. But he kept saying other guys deserve it more. So if he were still with us, we think he'd be happy to know that his story is being used to help those that he thought deserved it more.
Absolutely. That's so very touching. You had shared with us earlier about your involvement with the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
Please tell us about that organization and your involvement and why it's important to you.
So I met Tom Parr from the Veterans Chamber of Commerce at the Sun Prairie Chamber of Commerce at one of the meetings. I'm very active in the Sun Prairie Chamber. It's just, since World War II, the networking opportunities that chambers of commerce are offering and things like that, it's just absolutely fabulous way to build your community. I met Tom there and we got talking. I told him about the book. He actually wrote the foreword to it. He invited me to a couple of their meetings in Madison, and the next thing I know, I was asked to be an ambassador, and I'm like, okay, you bet. It's for veterans, veteran-owned businesses, veteran-friendly businesses. So anybody who wants to help the 13 million veterans in our country, be able to reacclimate back or be able to open a business, how their businesses can network with other businesses. If you want to support a veteran-owned business, Wisconsin is one of 15 states that has a state Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce is fabulous.
That's wonderful. I didn't even know that existed until you arrived today. And it's really important that people are aware of that. And when you talk about Wisconsin being one of 15 states, there's more work to be done there to get more groups like that happening throughout the country.
When you can support the veteran community, I think if you're looking at 13 million veterans and roughly 5 million active duty and reservists, that's almost 20 million people plus their families. That's a good part of our population that is giving up an awful lot to support all of us and what we're able to do ourselves, protect our freedoms.
Yeah, it's important to pause and recognize and give appreciation for that.
Yes.
Dannelle Gay is our guest here this morning on Hometown Today. She is everything. She's got it all going on. She's a writer. She's a traveler, travel expert. Let's head out of Wisconsin here, because we've talked about the 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die. You have this great book that you're currently working on that will be out in April, The Unique Eats and Eateries in Wisconsin. What happens when we get outside of our state? Maybe going into Illinois, because you have some great things on your website, travelingcheesehead.com, about traveling with kids, specifically to one place that I just returned from with my 17-year-old and my 11-year-old, Chicago. It was super duper fun. And we went back because when we visited last March, there were things that we just simply couldn't do, like the architectural boat tour, which was fantastic.
They know so much.
Oh.
The facts and stuff they can spit off, and oh my gosh.
I kind of want to start a new career as a tour guide. And that's something we're going to talk about with you too, because you're going to also start leading tours.
I am.
Oh my goodness. So let's step outside the state of Wisconsin. What do we need to know about going to a place like the Windy City with our kids?
You can't just Google stuff anymore. And a lot of people are saying I can use AI to build my itineraries.
Ooh.
Artificial AI, ChatGPT, they all have a use, but they don't know hours of operation. They don't necessarily get addresses right.
Ooh.
Restaurants and stuff, they don't know things like ingredient lists or allergy things. So you really want to talk to places, connect through their Facebook groups, talk to the Chamber of Commerce's, whatever. Really do your homework so that you can build and know where you're going and get the right information.
Yeah, otherwise you're not going to be able to enjoy it. That's what it's all
someone
about.
like me, travel writers that that you trust.
That's right. You make it easy.
I try to. We did an article, Things to Do in Chicago with Your Teen. I worked with Choose Chicago. We stayed at the historic Palmer House Hilton, and our teenager was the 5th generation of the Gay family to stay there.
Wow.
Because it was involved, it's talked about in the World War II book. And then some of the different fun restaurants down there in Printers Row. Whirly Ball is fabulous, super freaking fun. If you've never played Whirly Ball, it's in Chicago. There's one in Milwaukee too.
Okay, good, because I just missed this. What is Whirly Ball?
It's like bumper cars and lacrosse together. So you're on your bumper cars. And basketball.
Is there headgear involved? That sounds
it is so
like
freaking fun.
Lacrosse? Oh my gosh.
We did laser tag down there. We went to the Color Factory. There is a museum of ice cream down there.
Yes, that was real close to where we were staying. Just in that whole, it wasn't on Michigan Avenue, but it was within.
Did you go
area.
there?
We did not.
Okay, they have hot dog ice cream.
Okay, that's gross.
No, it was
That's
amazing. It was amazing.
It reminds me
It's
of
the craziest thing.
The pimento loaf my mom used to pack me in the 70s. I don't want hot dog ice cream. But you know what? I would try it.
It was amazing.
What was so amazing? Was it salty?
It tasted like hot dog, and they put mustard and pickle relish on it. And I'm like, is that candy pickle relish? And she's like, no, it's real mustard. It's real. And I'm like, shut the front door.
Oh my goodness.
It was good.
Okay.
So you have to try hot dog ice cream there.
All right. I have a feeling we will be going to the ice cream museum next time we return to the city. What other things were fun for you to experience there? And what are some of those places that you recommend when you're traveling with kids, whether they're littles or teens?
Museums, aquariums, things like that,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
are always fabulous. And it can be any kind of museum, science and industry, natural history, living history museums, anything like that. You can make travel fun and educational at the same time. And like I said, you can go back year after year and they'll pick something different up every year because they're different every year.
Yeah. And yeah, there's always new things to learn for
And
sure.
teenagers can be, I want to be a kid, or it can be like, I want to be an adult. So you can mix up, get donuts at, Dunkin' Donuts, but then go to a fancy restaurant so that they can have, the fancy chicken primavera pasta, whatever. So it lets them incorporate them, let them help you make the decisions on what you're going to do, kind of get the whole family input, let them take a little ownership of it. I don't want to say it's the illusion of control, but when everybody has a vested interest in helping make your plans, everybody enjoys it more.
Oh, I could not agree more. And I'm so happy to hear you say all those things out loud because that's how my husband and I ended up at the International McDonald's, our first stop in Chicago.
There you go.
And our oldest was like, well, this is one thing that I want to do because we do ask them for their ideas and then we plan accordingly. And at first I was like, what? That's a thing? It's a thing. And I had the spiciest chicken sandwich I have ever had there. I don't know if it was something, I think it was something featured from Japan. I don't know if there was wasabi all over. I couldn't eat all of it. My husband and I had to exchange sandwiches. So he had some crazy cheese thing and it was not as spicy.
You had me at cheese.
I love the cheese. I love your cheese earrings. I love that you're the traveling cheesehead, that you do such a great job representing the state of Wisconsin and letting people know that there's so much to do here. You had shared off air that folks often think of the Midwest as a flyover. Why is that?
I don't know. They just need to realize how amazing that we are. The Midwest has so many incredible, amazing things, whether it's history, food, architecture. I mean, even the arts. I mean, like Eau Claire, Wisconsin has the largest sculpture walk in the United States.
Wow.
So, I mean, all of the gems. So sometimes we want them to know about it, and then sometimes we're happy that we get to keep it to ourselves. So
Yeah,
we share.
Maybe it's because we're not all glitzy and full of glamour, but we certainly have glitz and glamour going on. We just don't boast it, I think, as much as like the coastal areas do.
We're Midwest nice.
Yeah, I like that. It's good to be Midwest nice.
Yes.
And, in addition to all those wonderful things that you just mentioned, it's really beautiful here in the state of Wisconsin. I think a lot of people come here to experience that, to get out. It's fun for us to go to a big city like Seattle or Chicago because that's not where we're from and that's not our day-to-day. So it's fun every now and again. But that is a big part of our tourism and our travel here, those wonderful things to do out in nature.
Yes. A lot of people, when I'm in a different state, say, "Oh, you're from Wisconsin. How many cows do you have?" 3. I now tell them 3. I have 3 cows.
Would you toss a goat in there too? What about a chicken?
A couple of chickens. You have to have at least 3 or 4 chickens. And then I tell them now that, oh yeah, we have a tractor lane on every road.
Oh my! Just like a Shero for our bike lane.
Well, like in Shipshewana, where they have the stuff for the Amish buggies, we have a tractor lane.
Oh, and say that again. Was it Shipshewana? Shipshewana.
That's fun to say.
It is fun to say, and I have a note about that. That's something that we're going to talk about because we do want folks to know that you will soon be leading some bus tours throughout our great state. So looking forward to learning about that. Thank you again for being here. You are so much fun. Dannelle Gay is our guest here this morning on Hometown Today, which is presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We will soon head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather update, and we'll get it all going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown today, all about bringing friends and neighbors together and making those discoveries together. So let us know what's happening in your hometown. If you have an event coming up, if there is a person of interest in your hometown that you think we should really have a conversation with, we need to know about it. And easy for you to do that. Simply send off an email to WBEV hometown at goodkarmabrands.com. So happy to continue our conversation with our guest here this morning, Dannelle Gay, who is a writer, travel expert. She is a lot of fun. She has a gourmet coffee line coming out. She's working on a new book. You can get her current book. There's so much about you that is so very inspiring. And it's great that you have that chutzpah, like to kind of fire everybody up. Like, let's get out and go discover, because exploring new things and having those discoveries, part of what, keeps us going.
And I think that the more you meet other people, the more you realize we're all the same. I mean, we all love our families. We all want to have fun and do things and be comfortable. And, getting to know more people, trying different kinds of food, seeing different places. I think that it kind of is like a leveling point for all of us.
Yeah, and also letting people know that it's available to everyone. You don't have to have a travel budget, with thousands of dollars in it. You can get out and do a lot on a little. And you have a really cool thing that you're about to embark on. I had teased this a little bit throughout our time together here this morning. I cannot imagine, but yet I can, how much fun it would be to be with you on some type of a tour, and it could really happen. Because you are now going to start to lead some travel tours. So tell us about this, Dannelle.
I've had people say for such a long time, I wish I could travel with you.
Yeah.
And now they can.
It's all happening.
So, and just like with my books, I don't tell my readers or anybody to go to someplace I haven't checked out myself. So these are all destinations I've checked out, trips I've researched and planned out and things like that. Bus trips, some are one-day trips in Wisconsin. So we have things that are coming down the line for like Sheboygan, Green Bay, because we have the draft coming.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be huge. And I know Green Bay will be ready. I know Wisconsin will be ready, but oh my goodness.
It's a Beat the Draft tour, so we'll be doing a lot of the Packers Stadium, behind the scenes, learning about the art they have, a 50-yard line experience, up on the roof, eating at the 1918.
Up on the roof?
Oh, yeah.
You're doing that?
We got the whole thing all planned out. This is going to be an awesome trip.
Sorry, I
We're doing
didn't mean
it
to
a couple
interrupt.
of
Continue,
times.
but
That's
up on the roof, okay.
I mean, traveling cheesehead, the Packers bought Formation, who makes the cheese hats, and so I have Packers stock, so now I own the cheese company that makes the cheese hats.
Okay, that's unbelievable. I love that.
Every Packer
Congrats.
owner owns the cheese company. Every Packers owns the cheese hats.
Nothing that she can't do.
It's just so funny. I just get a kick out of that.
It is funny. You never know where your path is going to lead you.
It's like that Kevin Bacon game.
It is, 7 degrees from Kevin Bacon?
Now they're saying it's like 2.
Oh, geez Louise.
It's crazy.
I can't
don't
keep
know.
up with this.
So Shipshewana, like I talked about kissing the buffalo.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a 3-day trip to Shipshewana.
So for other folks that want to kiss a buffalo, will that be able to happen for
I
them?
would
And,
say
and what
do
other
that at
things
your
will be
own
happening?
risk, but we do have where you can go out and you can feed the buffalo. They have some really great acts there at the Blue Gate where they take Amish books and they turn them into plays or musicals.
Oh.
And then he licenses them out the next year to other places. So he's really created something really special there. I'm really excited. I love Jeanette Oak, the one calls The Heart. And so that one's going to be coming up.
Okay.
But Amish food, dinner in an Amish home with my tour group.
Oh, wow. That's special.
Fabulous.
Really
and
unique.
Amish pie. I just want like a sampler,
Yeah.
all of them. Someone said, what's your favorite? I'm like, all of
All
them.
of them. I love pie.
I've got a mystery trip coming up to Milwaukee.
What?
Through Sun Prairie Parks and Recreation. That's going to be, I think, September 7th.
Okay.
And so we have a lot of fun planned there. It might involve beer, pizza, and a few other things. I can't say too much because it's a mystery trip.
Sounds like a good Milwaukee experience.
It's going to be. And then I have a really neat mystery trip. It's a 3-day, 2-night coming up, and it's, I want to say it's like first week of October, a couple of days. We're going to be in Illinois, by Rantoul, Illinois. And I can't talk about that, but it involves animal lovers and food and trains and food and, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Chocolate.
Oh, yum.
I know. That's the 5th food group. You need at least 3 servings a day.
See, now I'm really like you. I'm liking you more every minute that goes by. For folks that would love to experience one of these bus tours with you, where should they be looking? Where should we be listening for updates?
So travelingcheesehead.com, I'm putting a tab on there that talks about my tours, and if it's through a different Parks and Recreation or whatever, it's all linked there, so they can find out all of the tours that I'm leading through different organizations, because I've got some banks that are doing tours now. I've got Parks and Recreation guides, some senior centers, and even some churches.
You have like a whole empire happening.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's really inspiring and wonderful. And when we talk about, not needing a big, fancy travel budget, that you can do
Road trips.
Yeah. So what are some of those, road trips on a budget that folks can go to travelingcheesehead.com, learn about, and start to plan for?
I have a whole series on road trips, and there's, car camping, things like that if you're, don't want to do the hotels and stuff. But it's pretty simple. You have to know what your budget is, figure out what you want to do, and there's so many free things in every different community. Mm-hmm. I mean, Sheboygan alone, you've got the Kohler Art Center and the Kohler Preserve. Both are incredible art centers that are absolutely free. They have the shipwreck that you can walk through. You have the Acuity Flag, which I think is the largest flag in the United States.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
sure. I mean, it's like 8 people can't get their arms around the pole of it. So there's a lot of free things to do in so many areas that you can kind of temper it. 1 or 2 paid experiences with the free experiences. Plan your food, bring a lot of your snacks and stuff, so maybe you're not hitting the fast food places. Yeah. Pick your fancy restaurant or meal that you really want to try, make that your lunch. I've got a couple of like hotel cooking things on there, like coffee pot and like waffle iron recipes that you can do from your hotel rooms.
What? Okay, just give us one of those. What can I do with a coffee pot in my hotel room other than make coffee with?
Oh, hot dogs, spaghetti, mac and cheese.
Ramen.
Okay. You betcha.
All
You can do
right.
all sorts of things. You're laughing at me.
No, I love it because I've never thought about that. Like, if you're in a little hotel room that doesn't have a microwave, you've got to make the most of the resources that
And
you're
you can
surrounded
bring your
with.
own coffee pot with you, or your slow cooker, your Instant Pot, or whatever. You might want to bring your own coffee pot, because if they have Keurigs, it's not going to work if you want to make spaghetti and they only hold the little K-cup for them.
You have to know your limits. Oh, my goodness.
40 batches of K-cup size later. Dinner's ready. Okay.
Dannelle Gay, writer, Wisconsin native, travel expert, is with us here this morning on Hometown Today. Your hometown, you had shared with us early on, Sun Prairie, in the Madison area. Mine is Monroe, and when I mentioned that to you off air, you shot back something right away, like you know something about Monroe.
Oh, yeah. So the Historic Cheesemaking Center, I mean, that's where you learn the history of how many of the Swiss immigrants came in there and how their cows had to be milked twice a day. The milk was picked up. Why so big in the cheese in the area? That place is in the 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin book, and it is a fabulous place to take kids and to learn more about it. Sometimes in the summer, if you watch their website, they do cheese-making demonstrations. They're fabulous.
It's really fun, and when they have those cheese-making demonstrations, they usually have the grilled cheese cart out, and they would never give me that secret sauce recipe. So it's just a basic brick grilled cheese sandwich, but they put some kind of a cheese sauce on there, and it's so good. It's a game changer. And then you also mentioned doing you're going to do, or you've been to Baumgartner's cheese store and tavern right there on the square.
That's going in the Unique Eats and Eateries book. So fabulous, cheese, and they've expanded their menu since they made their place a little bit bigger and extended their kitchen. But I get a kick out of how you can donate $1 and it gets thrown up on the ceiling.
Yep, you take your quarter, thumbtack it.
Quarter tack, the whole thing. They got it figured out. But once a year, they take all that money down, and then it's donated to local charities. They take a look at who's got, the big project that they're trying to raise money for, and then also the schools get it. So it's just kind of a really cool thing. I love places that give back to their community.
Me too. And 2 brothers own that place. It's wonderful. And I have memories going in there with my grandpa Vandervelden. When I was a little girl, we'd go in there for cheese sandwiches and beer. I wouldn't have a beer because I was a little girl, but it hasn't changed much at all since
cheese
since
sandwiches
the 70s.
and use some of that little honey mustard
Yeah.
that's on the table.
Have you braved the Limburger?
My husband's into that.
Okay. I've only tried it one time, and it was at a Cheese Days Fest not that long ago, and it was a little teeny tiny slider, and you top it off with the Andes mint. It wasn't bad, but when
The
you're
Andes mint.
yeah, when you're in the throes of a big celebration, you kind of just have to roll with it. And I hope you come back and visit with us again because you do have so many things happening, and it would be a fun game to play. Just if we call out different cities throughout Wisconsin, and you could share with us what you know about them.
Okay.
Because you're so sharp. Like you can tell that you really love what you do, and thank you for sharing some of that with us.
I love our
here
state.
today.
We are just blessed.
What would you have to say? What would be your favorite thing about Wisconsin?
The people.
Yeah.
We're different in so many ways. We have different industries. We have different ethnic backgrounds, but we're all Midwest nice. I don't care if people think they're red or think they're blue. We're all purple.
That's my favorite color.
Purple.
And it really is. So I'm spending a little time on your website here. Diana Ogle had mentioned earlier that July is ice cream month. I totally forgot about July being ice cream month. And one of your fun pictures at travelingcheesehead.com is you with a little ice cream cone. Do you have a favorite ice cream place in the state of Wisconsin and a favorite flavor?
We just talked about that on my Wisconsin Road Trips Facebook group, and everybody was sharing their favorite different places.
Oh, here it
but
is.
we just had ice cream.
Look how cute you are.
Oh,
She's
that
so
was at
cute.
That was from the Color Factory in Chicago.
Oh my goodness! What is that you have there? It's a cone of some sort.
It was ice cream.
What kind of
Green. We ate the color green.
You ate-
because at the Color Factory, you can see color, smell color,
taste
feel color, taste color. It's like, and hear color too. All
What-
of the senses.
What was green like?
Yes.
Yes, I like it.
They have to do it themselves.
Go. All right. Very good.
Just yesterday, we went to the Monona Bait Shop and Ice Cream Parlor in Monona. And
I
we
love
had
that there's an ice
cones.
cream parlor and a bait shop. That is very Wisconsin
That is
combined.
very Wisconsin. Right across from the lake, so you know. They don't have bait ice cream.
Oh, thank goodness
keep
for
them
that.
separate.
But I bet you would try that because you have tried the hot dog ice cream. So
that was fabulous.
So you're a brave soul. What is next for you? You have so many things in the works between the 5 bus tours that you were talking about that folks can learn more about, those at travelingcheesehead.com. You're getting ready to launch this wonderful coffee line that we can look forward to that will, when we enjoy sips of that, we'll also be like having a little experience when you talked about the gingerbread flavor, because of the Janesville Rotary Lights happen there. So that launches in not all that long of a time. I'm looking for my messy notes. I have a lot of messy notes. Because you had shared that your coffee line is going to launch on Amazon. Was that around October?
I'm trying to think of time. August, September, somewhere in there.
Okay. And your current book, World War II, Dispatches to Madison, Letters Home from an Army Air Corps Soldier, is out now.
Yep.
And then you're working on the Unique Eats and Eateries in Wisconsin book, which will be out in April. Wow. You have so many things happening right now. It seems silly to ask what's next because there's so much right here and now that's going on. But I also get the sense that you don't rest and that you are thinking about what is next. So what's next?
Oh, I have a list.
Of
Different
course you
ways
do.
to highlight and showcase different communities and things like that. So I have a list, but I have to pace myself. I have people on my team and even my husband who goes, wait, just wait a minute. Let's catch up. So
Yeah, take a breath. How many years have you been married?
Oh gosh, we've been married 30 years. Well, this will be our 31st this fall.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you meet your sweet husband? Was it on a adventure, a trip of some sort?
He was a customer at my restaurant, so we joke about coffee, tea, or me. He picked me.
Oh, I love that. That's adorable. Do you have a coffee flavor that's inspired by that?
No. I've got him.
I love it. That is all that you need. So when you leave 100 Bill McCullum Way, and thank you again for joining us. It really has been such a pleasure having you here with us
Oh,
this
it's been
morning.
fun.
Great way for me to return from my holiday. Are you headed off to do something like this? Will you be doing some writing after you leave the show today? What's the rest of your day look like?
I have a Zoom with some European destinations that are thinking about having me over, and then I leave tomorrow morning for Shores and Islands, Ohio, with 2 teenagers to write an article about things to do in Shores and Islands. So we'll do Cedar Point. They're
Oh,
excited about the
fun.
roller coasters.
Do the Millennium.
Don't look at me.
Do it.
It's the teenagers.
Do it.
I'll be taking pictures. There they go. No. And they've got us with some different restaurants, staying at a really neat resort. Shores and Islands is a very fun place. And again, things to do with teens. That's a challenging age group to figure out. They seem to be really excited. We're going to do the animal adventures there, the like drive-through little safari thing they have, parasailing, they have kayaking. There's so many things to do.
Yeah. Looking forward to reading and hearing about your adventures there. For folks that want to connect with you, and they should, because you are so interesting and you give us interesting ideas to, help us with our adventures. How can they connect with you? What platforms are you on? Where should they go?
I'm on pretty much every platform.
You really are.
But travelingcheesehead.com is my website, and Wisconsin Road Trips is my Facebook group if they really want to hear from other people in Wisconsin. It's all positive stuff. We don't allow any nasty business. Everyone has to be nice and play nice or we kick them out. So it's a really friendly, helpful group that I am just blessed to be able to help organize.
Please come back and visit with us again when you have time. You are so busy, which is why I'm so appreciative of your time here this morning. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
And safe travels. Dannelle Gay, our guest here this morning on Hometown Today. Please follow her. Check out the website, travelingcheesehead.com. She has so much going on and brings so much to the table as far as fun things that we can do for our adventures. Rob Mielek from Mielek Law joins us at 11:10 for Taking Care of Business. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.